All right. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
So we're here. Welcome back to episode 7, the Heroes and Mutants podcast.
Yep.
I'm here with my co-host. Well, I'm Ruben, first of all.
Yeah.
I'm here with my co-host, Josh.
Yo, what up?
And then we got James back. What's up, James?
Yes,
Welcome
glad to
back.
have you
Welcome
back,
back.
James.
Thank you.
And then, sadly, he replaces Nick because Nick's not here today.
Yeah,
Nick, feel better, bro.
They rock paper scissors yesterday, saying who's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the best man won today, I guess,
All right.
James, man. Well, like I
Glad
said,
to
welcome
have
back.
you.
Glad to have you
All right.
back. You know
Thank
what I'm saying?
Glad to be back.
So how you guys doing today? How's you guys' week been?
Pretty good.
Finally returned back to work. Finally not bored at home.
Dude, I look forward to this every week. You know what I'm saying? Monday and
This is the
Friday.
only time I get out.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
and
You know,
today, yeah,
I'm
of
glad
course.
we're all here being
of
safe. You
course.
know what I'm saying?
I
You know,
have the
looking
type
out
of
for everybody
job-
out there.
I have the type of job where I can't be...
Interact, or you
I
can't be in public,
interacting,
right? You
so
can't be in public. Yeah. I
Right now,
feel
they're
you.
just paying me while I'm off. 'cause I can't
Yeah.
do it
That's
right
good.
now, so
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
good.
I'm hoping, you know, besides when we come out to do this, we're all staying safe, you know,
Yeah,
staying
no,
at home.
of
And that's
course.
what
We're
I'm
taking
exactly. That's what
precaution
I'm
off of
doing.
And
everything.
as you
right
can
now.
see, we're practicing precautions right now.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah,
wearing masks,
yeah.
So.
You
We're
should
trying to
seen last
continue
week,
each
too.
podcast as long as we can, you know.
Yeah,
It's
as
getting
long as we
rougher
can prolong
outside,
this.
but as long as we could give this to you guys,
Yep,
that's
We're gonna
what
most
do
we're
it.
definitely,
going
most
for.
definitely. We're gonna keep on going, pushing as much as we can, as
Yeah.
long as we can.
Yeah,
for
of course.
them, you know
Also,
what I'm
thank
saying?
you for all that positive feedback. Thank you for
Yep.
subscribing. Thank
There
you
you
for
go, Josh.
liking. Higher Passion
Let 'em
brings
know,
you
let
the
'em
best
know.
of the content, especially right now in the quarantine. Everyone's at home. Give you guys something to watch.
Most definitely, we're
Need
doing
your
it for the
content
people at
right
home.
now.
Exactly, it's the content for the people at home. Like we say, we're practicing that, you know, social distance, and
Of course.
I hope you guys are enjoying the things that we're doing for you
Turn
guys.
around will come soon,
Alright.
hopefully.
Yeah, most definitely. So you guys ready to do this or
Yeah,
what?
let's
Let's
go.
dive
I
in
am.
for this.
Let's go.
Let's dive
That's
in.
the
Let's
first
dive in.
topic.
All right. So first topic, how do you guys feel about space sharks being introduced in Thor and Love and Thunder? I don't know if you guys heard about that yet.
I read a little bit about it. I don't really follow Thor's storyline like that. I
Okay.
know that they're there's villains, they're space sharks basically that eat around the planet or
It's something
overall.
new. Yeah, something new.
Gore, he believe he's one of the main villains. Once he destroys anything, whatever he leaves over, the space sharks
Yeah.
come in, take away whatever their souls, whatever that is. That would come out. I mean, haven't read much about it, but well, I don't know what's gonna happen there. What do you
Yeah.
think,
Well, how do you
Mr.
feel
Jim?
about that, Jim?
I think it's a good choice because the space sharks are some of the fucking weirdest characters in all of Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think the director of Thor, it's Love and Thunder, it's Taika
Taika
Waititi.
Waititi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like a really quirky style. It's kind of funny.
Something
this-
unique, I
yeah.
guess, right?
Space sharks is something that would fit in, especially how Thor Ragnarok was directed.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
colorful and humorous and out there kind of fits his style. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Like,
He's
like,
overall a very good director, especially when
But-
it came to that movie too.
I would say though, if it wasn't for that director, in most cases it would be kind of awkward to put that in the MCU just because it's so weird and so goofy and it's
that's
so
what
off
I
the
was
wall.
thinking.
Yeah.
Only
So-
because the director established such a unique style, I think it's going to work out.
Well, they're also saying Gore may even be introduced in Thor. So I mean,
Ooh, okay,
if
yeah.
he's
I remember you
introduced
saying
in
that,
there,
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe the space shark should come with him. You know, especially the way YTT does he is a visionary when it comes to directing.
Yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
agree
So
with you
like
guys. on that.
Ragnarok
Quirky.
was amazing, especially when it came to all that colorful, futuristic movement. When he did that, I believe he'll be able to pull this off, especially with space sharks. Like you said, it's something very weird, and that's his aspect of
Exactly.
directing.
See,
Right up his
this-
alley.
It's a specialty.
This is where I'm gonna agree with you guys. You know, like you guys are saying, you know, it's his aspect, it's his
Mhm.
uniqueness and so all that he's gonna bring to the table when it comes to the space sharks. It's something we haven't seen. I didn't even expect it, to be honest. I don't know if you guys expected something
Yeah, I
like
just
this.
read
And
about that. Yeah.
so that's why I'm glad that he's doing something different or introducing new villains or characters into the MCU. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the opportunity to do it, and it's
Mhm.
actually something I've been looking forward to. You know,
Yeah, no,
something
of course.
different.
It's one of the weirder Marvel characters, so that makes me wonder when they're going to do Howard the Duck. Because that's
honestly,
so
such a
that was one of
weird-ass
the. All right, so
character.
see, that's one of the.
he needs his own solo film for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, he already got
He
introduced in
does,
Guardians.
But you need
He does.
He also-
But he had an old school movie film, if you
Yeah,
don't
no, of
remember.
course he
and
did,
that
yeah.
was a bust, though. I ain't gonna lie, that one was a
but
bust.
he needs
the
his own
Howard,
film.
Yeah, he needs his own. He needs his
solo.
own without a
He
doubt.
also,
But you need a-
he also cameoed in Endgame too. I believe when everyone's coming out, he comes out. Right
I think it was
there.
more like a what did they call
like
him?
a
The
small pop-up
egg
dog.
Yeah, a little
yeah,
pop-up. He
it was
comes out
like
walking with-
what did they call him? A little
Easter egg.
Easter,
Little
yeah,
Easter egg,
Easter
yeah.
egg,
Sunday, too.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
Talking
go,
about it,
yeah.
happy Friday for you guys. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying?
you
Shit, I
still
know I'm
spending this
happy to be
weekend.
here. Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Fortunately, we
dude.
had to celebrate in the house, but better to win with family, you know?
Oh man, I had a
Mhm.
barbecue this past Wednesday for my sister's birthday. Quarantine or not, I'm gonna still do what I gotta do when
What'd
it
you
comes
grill?
to
What'd you
barbecuing.
grill?
Oh, dude, I had the bomb.
No.
Nothing but the best. You
Thanks
know
for
what
the
I'm saying?
invite.
Chicken. Quarantine, bro. Stay home.
It's only
Stay
people who
home,
live in the
bro.
house.
Stay home.
Delivery.
My mom wouldn't allowed you in anyway, so it's all good.
Uber
Yeah.
Eats, man.
My mom would have been like, quítate de los zapatos y luego lávate las manos y todo, dude. She would have told you all that stuff. But yeah, other than that, like, dude, I'm just excited to see this Space Sharks because, like I said, it's something different and
Mhm.
Yeah,
And-
especially the way Thor is, the imagination that runs through that whole movie is very, very cool.
well, yeah, because not
too.
only that, you know, they introduced freaking Fat Thor in freaking Endgame, so you know
They
that
shouldn't have.
I
done
don't know
that,
if
honest
that
opinion. They
everyone
could
has
have
different
ruined
opinions on that, but I feel like coming into Love and Thunder, I think he still might
I mean, he's still gonna have that
have a
fat,
backstory to it.
but he's
I
gonna
think.
get his. Yeah, no,
I
of
think he might
course.
have a little backstory.
He's
to
gonna
So
get
long
his
as
ass
he's not
beaten in the
Thor
movie.
that.
So long
Watch.
as he's not still fat.
No,
we'll be
I don't
okay.
think so because
No.
the way
I think so.
because in Endgame
He's
when he
still
came
fat.
no, but in Endgame when he came back to when he landed
when they're
in-
leaving in the spaceship, he's still fat.
He's still fat.
So he's still gonna be fat. I feel like he's gonna get his ass beat so hard that at one point he's gonna be like, you know what?
after
Fuck
Endgame,
being fat,
I got sure.
I
When he
gotta
came
go get
back
ripped
with
again.
when Gru and freaking
With Groot and the Guardians.
Yeah, but,
he came out legit back in
But that was-
Wakanda.
that's Infinity War, fool.
Oh, I'm thinking about the wrong movie.
Yeah,
Damn.
stupid.
All right. Damn.
It's all right.
See,
Yeah.
it's all
It's
collided
Endgame.
to me,
That's
dude.
why I
Damn.
said
It's all good.
Endgame.
Honest mistake.
Yeah.
But all right. So moving on, talking about the Avengers and all that, moving forward into the MCU. Do you guys think the Illuminati from the Marvel comics will be brought in into the MCU moving forward? Now, I don't think it would be anytime soon. That's just my opinion. But what do you guys feel about that?
I think eventually, I don't predict it anytime soon. I think they should bring those characters in.
Yeah.
But I don't imagine it's going to be somewhere as far down the line because if they did, we would have heard it by now.
Yeah. That's
I
why
think they
agree with you on that.
should only because of a lot of the events that have happened throughout the MCU,
Mhm.
all the catastrophic destruction on a grand scale.
Yeah.
The idea behind the Illuminati was that they were going to form an alliance, and whoever had all these superheroes would share certain information that might help the others. Because the idea is that if you have a web of information, you could prevent future attacks.
Yeah.
Because Black Panther might know something that could have stopped something in New York, or Iron Man could know something too. So I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. But I don't think it's going to be for a while because we would have heard about it by now. I
Yeah,
think.
especially coming into these new phases, or coming into phase 4 at least. You know what I'm saying?
And I
What about
wonder
you,
who
Doug?
who they would get to be part of the Illuminati in this one. 'cause
That's
Iron
what
Man
me
is
and
such a
Josh were
big
talking
Yeah,
part.
so
about that
yeah, I
earlier,
mean,
dude.
earlier
Yeah,
we're having
man.
this
Yeah, we're having a
conversation.
nice
I mean,
little
I
combo.
do believe, like you guys said, I don't think it'll be this year. I believe it won't be phase 4 either. It might be phase 5.
Mhm.
But I do see the Illuminati being introduced just because of the way that Marvel is going, the route that they're taking. They're bringing in so many different characters.
Yeah.
So, like saying part of the Illuminati, you have Reed Richards, which is from Fantastic Four. You
Yep.
got Black
Mhm.
Bolt. You got Iron Man. You got who else? Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
So these are a lot of characters that have not been introduced yet. I feel like it could be a great way to introduce everybody into the series, saying maybe
But like,
I think
would
they're
it be
gonna-
Doctor
when you
Strange,
say
maybe Doctor
everybody, but
Strange.
Doctor Strange was already in the Avengers though.
See,
But,
yeah, no,
like,
of
are you
course,
trying to,
but-
talk about new
but
characters.
I'm
or
saying
just
just
Illuminati
overall,
in
just
general
character.
itself,
There's-
original characters.
Yeah,
for
those
the
are the
Illuminati?
original characters of the Illuminati.
I-
So I believe if they were to bring them in, the best place to place them in would be Doctor Strange. Especially in the multiverse of madness, you're getting introduced to many different worlds. So we already kind of know they're kind of leaking
I
that Robert Downey
understand
Jr.
that.
might be
I don't
reprising his
think
role
they're-
as Iron Man, not to be like a full-on cast member, but just to do cameos. Honestly, I feel like that would be a great way to bring him in again, especially if he's not from our Earth, he's from another multiverse where the Illuminati already
Yeah.
does exist.
But see, that's what we're saying. So we're talking about the Illuminati right now, and I feel like that's not in the near distance.
Oh, no,
So
of
when we
course
talk
not.
about Iron Man, and I know Iron Man's an original character
know-
of the Illuminati, I still don't feel like that's.
I feel like
I
that
don't
would be a
think
great
they're-
way
in
to
the near
introduce
future.
him if he comes back.
It would be, but like I said, that's not in the near future. And if we're trying to bring in Ironheart, like we were talking about last week or prior to last week, or even the Young Avengers, my bad, James, you
Yeah.
weren't here last week. We were talking about the Young Avengers somehow last week.
I don't
And
think they're gonna bring the Illuminati in until they've introduced the X-Men into the universe, so they could have
that makes a
Xavier,
lot of
and
sense.
then do a proper Fantastic Four movie.
Proper,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think until that happens, we're not gonna see Illuminati. I think once they get that point, once they get introducing all those characters out of the way, then we'll see it.
Yeah, see, I
come out.
understand where you're coming on the aspect where, yeah, like,
Yeah.
they had Doctor Strange or even Black Panther and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But like you said, they had Black Bolt, and I
Yeah.
like the fact that they had a different variety
Well,
of the people in the
yeah.
Marvel
I mean, we're
universe,
getting
but-
Avengers 5 and Phase 5 also. So that would be a great way also, especially the way Marvel is doing it with Disney Plus. They're introducing new characters in all their series.
That's
So
the
if
good
they're
thing
smart,
about that,
so if they're
though, is that
smart enough,
continuing
they should be
timelines, though.
adding an X-Men series, introducing multiple characters that we already know.
Yeah.
And once Phase 5 comes and the Avengers come in, maybe introducing the Illuminati, because then you could bring in Professor X to gang up all of
Well,
the X-Men to join them.
All right, see, well, that's where I'm kind of counter on that, because I do believe they're gonna bring in the X-Men prior to that.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
we've
think they're
already
gonna
talked
introduce them
about,
as a whole
They
group,
won't
though.
introduce them
That's
as a
why I
whole
said
group.
the
Yeah,
best way to
they
be is
won't,
introducing
but
through
I
the
still, I
series.
see, that's where I still don't feel like
That's-
it'll be cool to introduce the Illuminati even in Phase 5. I still feel like that'll be too.
But you know
still
what?
too soon.
Marvel's gonna want to stretch out because they plan to stretch out this
That's where-
series
see,
for
that's where
about
I'm agreeing with
20
him on
more
that.
years or so. They have more than enough time they have so many projects and so many people and so many things to introduce. They still have to be like, the X-Men is going to be a big thing in and of itself.
Yep.
I mean, we already seen how the expansive the original
Yeah.
series was. So that's going to be a big universe. So Marvel's going to write out a lot of things before they start getting to something less known like the Illuminati.
Yeah, see, so exactly like James was saying, they're gonna expand it.
Yeah,
they
but
have a lot to work
but my
with.
contradiction to that is you're getting the Young Avengers. So basically,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange isn't gonna be a Young Avenger.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't have much time. That's the only way you could introduce the Illuminati.
Especially-
I'm not
into
saying
it.
that that's not the
Especially
way they
with Benedict
wouldn't. But if
Cumberbatch.
you're gonna bring in the Young Avengers so soon,
But I'm saying,
you can't
yeah,
bring
but
the
the Young
Illuminati.
Aven-
You
yeah,
can't
you
bring
can.
No, you can't.
How
I
can
wouldn't.
you not? You're gonna get rid
Because
of the
we're-
old guys to bring in
But
the new people.
are we talking about like cinema wise? You can't bring them.
Cinema-wise,
No, because
yeah.
we're going with the Avengers, right? All right, so the Avengers movie just came out, dude. So you're gonna
Yeah,
bring out the
I mean,
Young
look at
Avengers,
who
and then
we're-
you're still gonna introduce.
Dude,
we're still trying to
gonna
introduce
lose
the
Thor
X-Men.
at one point. We're
No,
gonna
I know,
lose
but
Hulk.
we're still
gonna
trying to
lose-
introduce. All right, so see, we're still trying to introduce all these new characters. So you still really feel like they're gonna introduce the
I
Illuminati
do.
with the Young
I
Avengers,
do.
and even trying to introduce the new X-Men and the
Yeah.
new characters,
I
Fantastic
don't
Four.
think
coming
they're
into
gonna
it.
do
Oh,
that
dude,
all
I
at
don't
once
know.
because
That's
I
what
feel
I'm
like-
trying to tell them. but he
I
doesn't
feel
know.
like
He don't
Disney would be
understand.
I do.
blowing their load before like getting rid of basically getting out all the things that they need to keep Marvel going for another
But you know,
20
Phase
years.
5 ain't coming towards like the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's where you have the whole aspect. You have 5 years to introduce so many new characters through series, especially series
Even
don't
then,
go
though,
based off
even
of more
then,
than
though,
one
like we
season.
said, like you said, they're not bringing Avengers 5 until
Phase
maybe
5.
until
That's
Phase
why.
5
So
within
that's
the
5
next
to
5
6
years.
Yeah,
That's
so
5 to 6 years. So all right, so
in that
check it.
time
All right,
frame, you
check
have
it.
so
Check
many
it. All right,
people
check
to
it. All right,
introduce.
check it. So you're talking about Avengers 5, right? You're not talking about the Young Avengers, right? That's the original Avengers.
No.
All right, so you're talking about. All right, so check it. Exactly. So
You're
you're talking
losing
about.
me.
No, I'm not. Just
Yes, you are. How
All
are you
right,
saying
let
that
me
the
finish.
the
No,
Young
let
Avengers
me
are the
finish
new,
then,
All right,
bro.
let him finish,
Yeah,
and
let
then
me finish.
then-
Follow along, bro.
then
Follow along.
You have a whole.
So we're over here talking about the new Avengers coming into
Mhm.
prior to the Illuminati, right? But we're still talking about the Avengers 5 coming out before the new Young Avengers. Do you agree with me on that or no?
What do you mean? No, the new Avengers.
So
will be
new
introduced
Avengers.
before
So
the new-
Avengers
the
5 is
movie.
going to be with the Young Avengers.
Mhm.
Is that what you're hoping for? Is that
No,
what
that's
is gonna
gonna be
come?
the best introduction to them because that's when you're gonna get the new leader to the Avengers.
But I still believe we still have. I still think to this point, even though we talked about this segment like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, those are
about
my
who would be
aspects and what I think is gonna be happening. Just because I do feel that strong presence. I mean, I'll follow this.
All right, so I'll go
I
back
feel
to
like
what I
that's
was
I'm
saying.
going
So
for.
if it does go to all right, so if Avengers 5 is the new Young Avengers, I still don't think freaking
we'll see. What
Illuminati
happens.
will be introduced so soon.
We'll
if
see.
they're still, if they're,
I
gonna
think the
team
Young
up with the Young
Avengers. I
Avengers.
think the Young Avengers will definitely be introduced before the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
definitely,
But
yeah.
even within those 5 years, MCU, you're saying the new Avengers 5 is gonna come out in the next 5 years. So
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
so, yeah.
Illuminati will be introduced within that 5-year time frame.
Okay.
Probably.
I'll give
not.
it
I just
to
think
you.
it's too soon.
Yeah.
I just think it's too soon.
They have a lot of projects they're gonna get out of
and
it.
like
If it
he was
happens,
saying, they
I'll
could
say, "I
prolong
told
it. They
you
have a
so."
bunch of new. All right, like if you want to make that a third bed, it's okay, bro. Just saying.
We'll
Just
make
saying.
it. We'll shake
Alright.
after.
All right, I like this topic.
They're
It was
gonna
pretty cool.
they're
I
gonna
really
bet
liked
a
it.
big amount of money. I'll make sure of it.
I know. I'll be rich
Alright,
by
but
the
then
end, by
that-
season 2.
All right.
All right, shit. This we don't hit a recession, bro. I don't know about this. I don't know about all this shit going on. But
you're in trouble.
is that all you guys?
Yeah.
Thoughts on that topic?
Yeah. that's
Feeling good about that?
Yeah.
All right, Josh. We'll see when that time comes, right, bro?
All right.
You're already gonna owe me twice, so it's cool.
Haha.
But moving on. I actually like this topic because I've been talking about Gambit for the longest, right? If I don't bring them up in every
Your
segment,
love for
I
Channing
try to-
Tatum.
All right, see that I gotta bring that shit up again. Dude.
Magic
See,
Mike?
there you go. Where's Nick
Okay,
at,
so
bro?
see, he's
see,
bringing
see
that.
you.
I
See,
wasn't
that's me.
messing
See,
with
why you gotta
him.
bring that shit up
I'm
too,
just
dude?
messing.
God damn
Just
you.
said Channing.
God damn you, dude. But there are rumors that there's gonna be a Gambit solo series. So I know there was talking about movies and all that stuff with Channing Tatum and all that. It would have been cool if he did come out, but I know he's talking to Disney Plus. Disney Plus, how do you guys feel about it, and who do you think should play him? Since we know that Channing
I
Tatum
think-
isn't gonna do him.
I think it's long overdue. They should have had Gambit in a long time ago.
I
Now I
agree,
feel like
bro.
Yeah.
I wish you were here. Like, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about Gambit?
Oh yeah, we were.
Ah, damn, dude.
I mean, I feel like they skimped out on that character so much that they have to create a whole
did.
series.
When they brought him,
around
when they introduced him in
Yeah.
X-Men Origins, I
Mhm.
felt like they could have done way more with him. And
The only
they
thing
kinda
is that
didn't.
Gambit is more of a rated R kind of character. So seeing him in Disney Plus, they're gonna take down a little bit from it. It's gonna have to be.
But at this point,
PG-13.
like I was telling you guys,
See, this is the
couple
only
weeks
one of
ago,
the
I
big
don't care, I wanna
drawbacks.
see him.
The big drawbacks of Disney Plus and the fact that they're in charge of Marvel is that Disney Plus is so family friendly. And when they had a deal with Netflix and they could do shows like The Punisher or Daredevil, they could take it to a different level that they would never have to, that they could never do on their own platforms.
Yep.
Are we gonna lose all of those?
You lose authenticity of
All
the
of those,
actual, like,
all of the
character.
hard R Marvel characters because of that? That's the only
That's
thing
a
that
great-
that worries
a
me
great
about
aspect.
Gambit
I never
if it's
thought
going to
about
be
it that
too
way.
childish because it's on Disney Plus because that platform they try to make sure that it's family friendly, and that's what makes it even worse that Daredevil was canceled because I'm like, why? It's not like you can move that show over to Disney Plus anyway.
Yeah.
don't think
Or,
it was
yeah,
because
basically all
I
the
don't
ones.
even think I think Punisher was more graphic than
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Daredevil.
Punisher-
Or
Well, I
Daredevil,
don't
because
it's
think I don't
Punisher,
think I don't think that had a play in why they canceled Daredevil though.
I think it
Because
had to
of-
do something
because
with
of
Disney
rated R
Plus.
features. I don't think so. Or
No.
even because
I think
no.
it's Disney Plus. But my thing is, why did they have to cancel them if they know that they can't even move them to that platform anyway? The shows as they are, they could have kept them on.
But see,
Netflix
that's the
and still had
thing.
a
They
good deal.
canceled it prior to when they made the transformation to where Fox's characters
Well, Iron
could
Fist got
go
canceled
into.
way before the whole transition, didn't
Well,
it?
no, because Iron Fist
Iron
got brought
Fist-
back for the freaking
But
the four team up
Defenders-
for
yeah,
the
but
defenders. So he
Defenders
came
is a
back for
totally
that.
different
But
show aside from
Iron
that.
Not
Fist got
necessarily. It's
canceled
not a
'cause-
whole different show because
But that
if
one
you
got
include Iron
canceled.
Fist-
Iron Fist got canceled because it didn't have a good reception.
Yeah.
But so
It
did
wasn't- well,
Because it
Jessica.
only
So
went-
did
it went
Jessica
2
Jones
seasons-
though.
It went 2 seasons, right?
So did
I
Jessica.
believe Iron
Luke
Fist.
Cage got canceled sooner than it should have been too. Because if I think about it, all of them, Luke Cage was the best show out of all of them, and I even think
Really?
Iron Fist was better than Jessica Jones and
Well, I mean,
No,
I
all
like
right, Daredevil.
the
I ain't gonna lie.
most.
All
It had
right,
the
I'm not
highest.
counting Daredevil. Out of those four,
Or the
Daredevil was the
Punisher.
best. But see, the Punisher wasn't like a main. Out of those four, Punisher wasn't the main.
It was just anti.
He was the anti-hero that they were trying to. They put the foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? They put a foot in the door, see how he would do, and he drew in a lot of fans. People were waiting for something
Good.
that was more graphic than Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Just fist hitting, kick. Just kicking
mean,
ass and shit like
He
that.
killed it as Shane.
But
in
going
Walking
back
Dead
to
too.
Gambit-
He bounces that. Hell
Going
yeah.
back to
Yeah.
Gambit, that is a slightly more R-rated character, so I'm just
Mhm.
worried about how
Yeah,
Disney
so like
Plus is gonna
Josh
handle
was
it.
saying, going back to Gambit.
You need a really good actor or somebody who's good with accents.
Yeah, because he's
a
not
Cajun
American. He's freaking
And he also has the
Gambit is
Cajun.
foreign.
Yeah,
He's Cajun, right?
Cajun.
Yeah.
He also has like his staff, so you need someone that's good with that if he's gonna.
Yeah,
be
he
doing
has a
all the
Cajun
roles.
accent.
You're gonna need a Star Wars.
I ain't gonna
character.
lie though, the dude who portrayed him in X-Men Origins,
I liked him.
I liked him.
I don't remember his name, but
I
I
like,
would
yeah,
just like to see him.
and he's a good
as
actor. I've
Gambit.
seen him a couple of times. Like you said, I don't remember his name, but I like the way he portrayed him. Like his
I think he
attitude
was okay,
and all that.
but I don't think there was enough there to judge him by.
There
There should have
wasn't,
been
but
more
it was
scenes.
too.
but that's what I'm saying. But that's why I was expecting more from
Mhm.
that. You
Just
know,
'cause it
when
was
they
his
introduced him.
introduction.
Yeah, exactly. So afterwards, I was not expecting more because they barely introduced him, but I was expecting more afterwards, after the fact that
Mhm.
they introduced him and all that. So I thought moving forward, even with Deadpool, I was like, oh freak yeah, you know, they introduced Deadpool and freaking Gambit in the same movie. That's
Yeah.
fucking badass, you know. Freaking the ceiling is high for these movies, you know, or these characters. And nope,
Yeah.
Deadpool didn't come out till way later. Ryan Reynolds had to make that happen.
The redemption.
And then
right
Gambit,
there.
and then
Deadpool right
Gambit,
there.
you know, like freaking, he hasn't made it happen. No one has, I guess, there hasn't been an actor like
Oh,
Ryan
shit. I
Reynolds
just
that
thought of
could,
something funny.
that could pull the same shit
But
as Ryan,
You,
as Deadpool.
you
Ryan
had to
Reynolds.
find somebody who's really passionate about the character because Ryan Reynolds was passionate.
See,
about
that's what I
Deadpool.
liked about
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
And he was
because he was
a fan.
He was,
So I don't know if they're gonna get somebody who's as dedicated. But you know what? They don't really need it anymore because now that it's on Disney Plus, you don't need a big name to get it
but
rolling
is that
anyway.
confirmed though, Josh? That it's gonna be out in Disney Plus, or is that just in the talks?
That's
right
just
now?
in the talks right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So see, it could still be cinema. So that's
Hulu.
or Hulu,
Hulu
but still,
would be
it's
Hulu's
still
owned by
it's
Disney, and
still-
they
can
it's
put
still
adult content
streaming
on
though.
there,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's still streaming now, cinema wise.
Well,
see,
Hulu
that's
still
why I
needs
really-
an MCU then. MCU. Freaking
At some point, he'll
series.
be in the MCU movies. At some point.
Hopefully,
Who?
no,
Oh.
I mean just overall. Hopefully, Hulu
Who?
does like a MCU
Oh, Gambit.
series.
At some
Oh,
point,
okay.
will be in the
Yeah.
MCU movies.
Eventually, but they still gotta
They're gonna tone
introduce the
them
X-Men.
down.
No, yeah, they still gotta tone them down just because they still gotta introduce the X-Men. Unless they try to do a whole Gambit and Rogue kind of series where like they
Ooh,
fell in
that would be
love and all,
nice.
because that's like in the comics, you know, they get married and all that. Like I think I brought
And they're
it
both
up last
considered
time, too.
villains at the time too.
Yeah,
so
they're
it's
both
like-
anti. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? They're both anti-heroes.
That'd be
and,
great.
and that'd be cool. That'd be
Especially in the
cool.
cinematic universe to see that shit together. That shit would be freaking.
They
crazy.
almost did it. Well, at least with Rogue, they tried to do that fling with
with
ice.
That
But
was-
that was too.
They did that
too
character
forced. It was
wrong
too
there.
forced. Yeah. All right, but yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like I said, it would. Like I said, all right. So continuing on this topic though, really quick, I did want Channing Tatum to come out just because when the first news popped out about Gambit coming out, you know, Channing Tatum was gonna portray him, and I was all right at the moment. I was like, all right, like just because I knew he would be able to do the moves that Gambit would be able to do. I at least I think that's me personally. Just because
You think?
I do think just because of his
He observes them very really.
nah, dude. See, this is where
like,
I as
see how
a
Channing moves.
athletic dude or
But
Well, he is
wasn't
a
he
dancer,
okay? But
so-
wasn't he really a dancer? Isn't that why he's?
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he's a
saying.
dancer,
He was a
so-
dancer, so that's what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
can say
See,
why.
that's why I wasn't trying to like come into that because I knew he was gonna bring something up
What?
about
He did
that.
step
try to
up.
No,
make
but he
fun-
is
Step
a
up the
fucking
shit.
dancer.
No, that's what I'm
He is a
saying.
dancer. So
But he was
would
gonna
know
say
how to
he
do the
brought up
moves.
magic.
No. If I knew,
I said
if
step
I
up.
would have continued it, I know he would have said something about Magic
Stop
Mike
being
and then
so
Josh.
sensitive about it.
But I'm nervous.
Because Ruben,
Oh, you should have been here the
James
day they
about
went
him.
in on me, bro. They went in on me the time. That's why I was like, you know what? I gotta defend myself, stand strong.
Yeah.
But freaking dude. Other than that, yeah. So he's a dancer, so I feel like you know
Tatum
he would be able to
forever.
make the protrude. Oh, see, there you
Tatum
go.
forever.
That's Josh's opinion.
Is that's going to be your
See?
next?
That's
That's
his
Josh's
catchphrase.
thing. No,
he says
that's
that in
Josh's
the mirror
thing.
every morning.
Oh, that's what it says right there, right here, right?
Oh yeah, right
That's
here.
your Tatum.
Yeah,
Tatum
Channing
forever.
Tatum forever.
Oh.
Nah. It says it right there. EDC, Josh. You know EDC and Channing Tatum. Josh
No.
likes
There's a
it.
lot of hate for
the
EDC in the
fuck up.
studio.
Huh?
There's a
EDC
lot of
studio.
hate for EDC in the studio, just so
There
the audience
is.
understands.
Haters of the EDM world.
He was
Mhm.
brave to come out wearing that right now.
That's the only thing he had. Otherwise, I would have kicked.
Ruben
That's the
rather
only thing
listen
he.
to
Look at that.
fucking
Check it.
Pico Rivera and
That's
shit.
the only thing he had, and otherwise I said, "Stand your ass outside, Josh.
Oh, got
Yeah.
it.
I'm not hating.
Safety first.
Yeah.
You do you.
Safety first."
EDM forever.
Don't say that on the podcast again. Though.
I'll take it away.
Don't
I
say that
know.
on the pocket.
No.
Shout out to the audio extracts. Hip hop forever.
Hip hop.
Live and
forever,
die,
yeah.
baby. Live and
Hip
die.
hip
Hip hop.
hooray. Hip hip hooray.
Josh,
Hip
if I
hop
could
hooray.
smack you right now, I would.
But then you might spread a disease right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Hey, let's do it.
Give me those gloves really quick, bro. Let me see.
I have a box over there.
You're already
After
infected.
the
right?
podcast.
Smack.
Especially with that little.
Let me move on, bro. Let me move on.
I think it's time to
Yeah,
move
yeah.
on.
Forget all this EDM shit. So,
Okay.
topic number 4.
You're lucky you don't want me to get into Wiz.
You don't
Get into Wiz. I'll protect them any day, bro. And you know what? Bring me on the Audio Extras podcast against Josh, dude.
All right,
Forget
you hear
your
that?
EDM shit,
Die
dude.
Young 95. You got to bring in Woody, Mr. Rubes,
Yeah,
Mr.
dude.
Woody.
Woody.
So you guys are gonna have a debate
underscore
about Wiz
RR92.
Khalifa on the audio extracts.
Nah.
That's something I want to see because the way you guys
Shit.
like go at each other, it's like Jesus. I think one of you is gonna kill each other by the end of the.
Well, y'all got to see the behind the scenes.
Damn, you know what? We
You
gotta
already know
do a
what the hell
little.
goes
We
on.
gotta do a little clip for the
An IG
Sports
Live
You guys,
Dogs
next
I
style.
feel
time.
like
You know what?
I
Since
feel
we're
like
over
you
here
guys
arguing-
are toning it down for the podcast. You're not letting know how much you guys actually go at each other. All right, what's the next topic?
Next topic. Next
All right.
topic. So, talking about Gambit and he might have a solo series and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. What do you guys think about if we were to talk about the X-Men? Since they're talking about Gambit and him having his own maybe TV series or
Mhm.
who knows, it still might be cinema. If it were to be an X-Men though, besides Wolverine and Gambit, if someone were to have a solo series, who would you want it to be? Or who do you think a solo series should be on if it were to be an X-Men?
Can I pick a villain?
Yeah, dude, any X-Men, bro.
Magneto.
I knew you were gonna say
Magneto. To me is the most obvious choice. Magneto.
Yeah, his own movie, his own show, that would be freaking awesome. I don't
Mag-
even know how I would do
Magneto
that.
is my favorite character in the X-Men.
Mine's
because-
Wolverine. So
I know,
that's
I
how I'm,
mean,
like,
villain.
counting,
Wolverine
bro.
is great. Gambit is great. Rogue is great. I love the X-Men, but for me, it has to be Magneto because it's one of the most fascinating characters. One of the top 5 comic book villains of all time. in
Oh,
my
without a doubt,
opinion.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magneto.
He's
Yeah.
powerful.
Super
He's like
powerful,
he's like a
dude.
god. I like I've liked all the portrayals of him. He's always been a cool character. And he also has a very interesting philosophy and a very unique outlook on life because the X-Men was created in the 1960s
All right, yeah.
and it was originally meant to be a metaphor for the civil rights movement at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be mutants, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be mutants.
yeah, people like marching for their rights or trying to be accepted. And Professor X was supposed to represent kind of like Martin Luther King's philosophy
Yeah.
to integrating, and
Except everybody,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and Magneto was supposed to be like Malcolm X. The more
Just
radical ones who thinks
Black
that's
power, you
Black
know what I'm
power. It's
saying, all
just
that,
like
yeah.
mutant power.
Mutant
Let's take
power, yeah.
over.
Mutant power,
So
yeah.
just that aspect of Magneto and the fact that he was such good friends with Charles Xavier, a show about them would have to explore their friendship, explore their
True.
past, even explore their attitudes about life and how different they are and how they kind of want to achieve the same goals, but they have
Yeah.
radically different
Different
vision.
perspectives.
perspectives,
Yeah.
Perspectives.
They
So-
tried doing that in Days in Future Past, but the way they did it, it wasn't.
I like Days of Future
Days of
Past, but
Future
not
Past is
because of
pretty
that,
good.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
They
They-
kind of introduced that, but I get what you're saying with that
So
aspect.
I really think they could do a lot with the Magneto series. You could be fucking really interesting. You got to get a really good actor because they've already had Michael Fassbender and it was Ian McKellen.
Ian Mc-
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were both great in the role.
Yes.
They both
they
killed
both-
it, dude.
yeah, they both
for the
killed it.
older version, the younger version. Let's see a freaking middle a modern version. I guess
Yeah.
in the in
Like in
between,
between.
So
Yeah.
that's the only
in
thing.
between.
Whoever is gonna play whoever would play Magneto in a series would have big shoes to fill. You need a really talented actor to pull that one off.
And I feel like that's where X-Men might hold off. So I think we were talking about this last week too, right, Josh? Where if we were to introduce the X-Men, how would we introduce them, and not why, but in what portrayal? And I was like, dude, like,
They can finally say mutants in the MCU.
yeah, finally,
Yeah.
yeah, that's another aspect we were bringing up
Now
too.
it's like, yeah.
And it's like, dude, like those rights don't hold them back as much. They could say they're mutants. Like that's what they're trying to do with freaking. We brought this up too with freaking Scarlet Witch. She's a
Mhm.
mutant now, right? She's
Yeah.
a mutant, and all I know is moving on forward, anything can happen.
Mhm.
But Magneto would be awesome.
Yeah.
Magneto would be
Yeah.
awesome. How about you, Josh? What do you think?
Okay, well, he took mine because that's a very good one too.
That would be awesome. I agree with
Honest,
that too.
if I would go with somebody else, just because I'm also a pretty big Black Panther fan. I would like to see Storm have her own solo, just because Storm and Black Panther have a history of them. Storm was from
But
an
isn't she getting
original tribe.
introduced?
She
You
was,
said though.
but I
Do
mean,
you think
either way,
Halle
that
Berry
would
would come back?
be, no, Halle
No, just
Berry.
kidding.
I mean,
I
too
think
old
she.
now.
Well,
no,
it depends
especially if it's
gonna
gonna be a
older
solo
or
series, it's
younger.
gonna be a
Yeah.
Or
younger
if it's a
series, you
solo.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about solo. We're talking
Yeah,
about
it's a
solo.
solo
That's right.
series,
That's right.
you know,
That's
like
right.
it'll be a good way to introduce her background back then. You know, she was part of Wakanda. She was part of a different tribe from T'Challa. So they did grow up knowing each other. You know, in the comic books at the end, they do get married. Then they have the whole little back to back where it's like X-Men against Avengers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they kill all the freaking Avengers.
So
and
they
then
would have to
think-
have Chadwick Boseman make a cameo on that show.
Yeah,
or be
I
a
would
part
want to
of
see
it.
They would.
Chadwick. Chadwick is amazing.
I don't see why not.
actor.
He still has. He's still. You know, he's barely gonna make his.
Well,
no,
yeah, we still have Black
he's
Panther
making
2 to
his
come in.
fifth appearance or fourth appearance, right? That would be his
Well, he
fourth
did
appearance. Because he came out Civil War, he came
Infinity
out
War,
Infinity Black Panther
Endgame,
and
Black
Infinity
Panther.
and
So
Endgame.
four?
So four. So it would be his fifth.
It would be
his
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. And most of them, majority have 10 movie contracts, if I'm not mistaken,
around
right?
there,
Yeah.
The
around
main
that.
characters.
And honestly, I feel
Mhm.
like the only reason why I'm saying that is because it would be a great introduction in between. Especially like I said, if Disney Plus does bring in an X-Men series that's live solo, just introducing new characters from the X-Men, I believe Storm would be a great one,
Mhm.
especially with the history of the Avengers. It would be a great way. Like you said, Chadwick make at least a cameo on it. And then that series leads up to Black Panther 2, maybe an introduction where she's gonna come in and maybe
Ooh,
that's
so
where the
you're
whole-
expecting
maybe
it,
that's where
like,
the love
prior
interest
to
comes
those?
in.
Okay,
you're
right now you got to admit
This is
not-
just my of
this
what I
is
would
just
like
what
to see.
he
in
The way
how
you-
I
doesn't
would
mean it
I
would
would
want
want to
it.
see it.
Doesn't
yeah,
mean
this
it's
is-
gonna actually
Yes,
play
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't mean
that's
it's
what I'm
gonna
saying.
happen,
So
but that's just my
That's why I was
visualization
asking him,
of
like,
what
oh,
I
so
want.
that's the way you would
Yeah,
want it. You
I
would want
I
to
would
be
want it to
before
play out
Black
like that.
Panther?
Honestly, that would be a
Damn.
great way, especially just because
But
I want
see,
connections.
isn't-
I want connections.
But isn't
everything.
Black Panther 2 supposed to be coming out?
And it's 2022.
Yeah, so see if
So
that
it's a
production
phase 5
already
movie.
yeah, so see if that production already got postponed. I don't think that
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
that
the-
would be
eh,
great.
eh,
Okay,
if
the
it
way I
were to
imagine
happen.
anything that was coming out in 2022
It's
is still
probably
being
correct.
pushed back a little bit
They are.
because
Little bit.
production gets stalled.
And not only that, they were saying like I'm glad you brought that up because I heard something like not only does this mess up the pushback, right? But it also messes up
The time,
production.
yeah.
It messes up production for the future movies that they were trying to produce
yeah,
for
because
that time frame.
because when it comes back, they're gonna have to push back more movies that were meant to be shot at the
yeah.
same time.
So see, that's what I think. I heard.
Just
I
production
heard
stuff.
It's like,
a
it's gonna be
storyline
weird.
on this where they were talking about cinemas.
They're gonna
MCU
do
is
sets.
gonna have especially. So they were talking about the MCU and Phase 4, how it's gonna have a big backlash because of postponement. But they were trying to just say, just in general, dude, all the movies that are gonna
Everything
come
in general
out
is
is
gonna
just
have to
gonna
be
be,
pushed back a
it's
little
gonna
bit.
be a backlash, not backlash, but it's gonna be. It just sucks, basically.
Yeah.
It just sucks, and it's
Mhm.
postponing everything longer
But
than
going
it
back
should
to
be.
it, who would you want to see as an X-Men?
Yeah, you
introduced?
never
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
answered
So see,
that.
damn, that's a good one. So you guys, Magneto, you
And I
said
said
Storm.
Storm.
Damn, dude.
And you can't choose Gambit because we already talked
Nah,
about
I
Gambit.
won't choose Gambit, and I think you're gonna like this one because we were talking about him last week.
You would pick Cyclops.
I wouldn't want to
I'm
see the
just kidding.
Cyclops. Nah, I wouldn't
No.
want to see the Cyclops
I
on
wouldn't
solo
either.
film. To be
Mm.
honest, because
Kurt
he's just already
Wagner,
he's just already
the
a main
Nightcrawler.
character where
I
I'm
don't
just
really-
like, nah. See, I would rather see a more Dark Phoenix solo film. Dark
Oh, a
Phoenix solo
Jean?
film.
A
But that's not the
Jean?
character I'm saying.
Okay.
If I were to say legit, I would go freaking Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler.
That's a good choice.
Nightcrawler.
Bring in Beast and Mystique in there. Have the whole
Had
family
the
stuff,
whole
like, in the
blue
series.
crew.
Okay, Beast
Had
would have
the
been
whole
my
blue
second
crew.
choice for a series.
Beast
Beast would have been my
Beast would've
second
been
choice
dope.
after Magneto.
I just say Nightcrawler just because I do like his powers. Like we were talking about powers and all that
Teleportation?
last week and teleportation, and not only because his powers,
The way he moves,
but
and
other than
jump
that, the way
around,
he moves, dude. Like yeah, that's pretty slick, dude. If I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty slick, man.
it's
Those-
perfect for
Do
movies.
you guys
for
think
cinema.
If
Morbius
you
tried to
think
pull
about
off
it-
that
if you
freaking
think
look
about
on the
it,
trailer?
if you were to try to catch him on a photo, it would have to be picture perfect. It
Mhm.
would have to be picture perfect.
Now you're
Whether
all
you
gonna
want the
get clouds.
tail or the poof, or you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, like.
Yeah.
Depending on the way you want it, it'll be picture perfect. But that has nothing to do with why I would want it. I just think he would have a pretty cool, because they never really gave him a background story. You know what I'm saying? Like when they found him in the X-Men movies,
Well,
or even in the
circus.
comics too, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they never gave him a proper introduction, I would say, into the MCU. Even in freaking Days of Future Past and all that, they just found him
They
and
just brought him in.
exactly. They just brought him in
X2.
and there was X2, but in the the younger generations too, the same way. I don't think they gave him enough background. They don't give him enough background. They just introduce him like, okay, you could poof here and there. That's it. You got these freaking.
Gave him one of the best scenes in the X-Men movies.
They did though, and
Yes,
the
one of the
freaking
best
against the
scenes.
presidential.
Yeah, when he breaks into the White House, that's one of the, that's in general one of the best action scenes in any superhero
Most
movie.
def,
overall,
dude.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Most
Gotta
def.
admit
So
that,
I
yes.
would have to say just
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, dude.
That'd be dope.
I just feel because there's a lot more to him
Mm-hmm.
than what they've introduced in the cinemas, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't been really TV series that introduce him a lot. And he has
There's-
been
I mean,
introduced
there's
in
a
the
lot of
series. That's what I'm
us,
saying.
yeah.
He has been introduced in the TV series, but I still they never give a background story or
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah.
Introduction, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just he's part of the team and he's part of the team. But I feel like he would be one of the characters where I feel like it would be cool to give him some sort of introduction.
You want Channing Tatum to play him too?
Nah, I don't know who. You would want someone smaller and shit. You know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying?
kidding.
God
This
damn,
would be a
fucking, I
good
know.
Nightcrawler.
I was trying to play it off. Damn, dude. I was just trying to continue it and shit. Damn, you guys. Freaking.
See, now I'm
Jamie,
guessing that's
bro.
what that star is for.
Man, this is Cowboys all day, bro. Fuck your Pittsburgh Steelers and
Cowboys.
shit.
Who has
dude.
more rings?
We tied,
Yeah,
bro.
no, you're not.
you
Shut
guys
the
got
fuck
six.
up,
Shut
dog.
Damn.
Yeah, shut your
Damn.
ass up, bro.
Just barely, bro.
Y'all ain't gonna get no Super Bowl anytime soon.
Whatever, bro.
But that's for sports dogs.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
catch that if you guys want all your sports intel. Listen to Sports Dogs.
Fuck this dude.
Back to the heroes.
Yeah, fuck this dude. So topic number 6. No, topic number 5, guys. Moving
I
on.
can't even count.
Topic to number 5. I know I was thinking
Of
of.
Channing Tatum, that's why.
God damn you guys, dude. I was
Just-
thinking of. I was thinking of Cowboy 6 ring in the future, bro. Chill, dude. Chill.
All right, so what's our next topic?
How do you guys feel about MODOK
MODOK.
being introduced in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series? He's gonna be the main enemy, right?
Well, it's in talks. I don't know if it's been confirmed. I know they were working on a MODOK series outside of the MCU. I know
Mhm.
they wanted they had Patton Oswalt to be portraying MODOK. I believe he would be a pretty great actor.
So, but it's
especially-
from what I read, it's not confirmed, right?
yeah,
This is
it's not
all
full
just
on confirmed. Yeah, it's all
speculation.
speculations. I mean, all the speculations. We just don't know. Avengers and everything in the MCU is very untrustworthy. We never know what the hell is going on with them. Apparently, MODOK wants. Yeah, he's gonna be playing a big part supposedly in the What was it again? The Winter.
Well,
the
if
Winter-
Space Sharks can come and play a big
Falcon
part,
and the Winter Soldier, bro.
If
MODOK
Space
would be
Sharks
dope
can-
though.
yeah.
MODOK would be dope.
I think that would be a good
Especially as
character.
that's a different type of character. That's a different type of look to an actual.
That's what I like about these new TV series or even just in general cinemas. That they're trying to moving forward with the MCU, they're introducing these new characters, these new.
Well, they have
finally
to be,
at least.
because
They have
look
to,
how
like you
many
said, but
movies
finally,
they've look
dude,
how
I
many
guess I should
movies
say.
they've had. They've had what it was like 20, more than 20 movies
20,
now.
21.
21, dude.
21
22.
movies. At some point, they were gonna have to start getting to characters like this. You can't
Yes.
fucking just base it off of Thanos and the
Or
same
the main
popular
characters
characters
either, you know
forever.
what
Yeah,
I'm
well, I mean, the
saying?
talks
Yeah.
is that they want MODOK to be because I guess in the MCU right now there's a benefactor.
Mhm.
Apparently, we don't know who the hell it is. I'm thinking they either want MODOK to be it. If it's not MODOK who's the
Alright.
benefactor, I believe Norman Osborn is in the talks to be in it. Either one would be a great character, especially Norman is gonna.
I
want to
see Norman
Yeah,
Osborn.
dude. That
Yeah,
would be
so-
pretty awesome.
so
if
we
that
don't see-
happened,
if we
bro.
don't see
That would be pretty
MODOK
awesome.
in the Falcon series. Maybe I would want to see Norman as to be the benefactor because like I said, it's there. Either one of both of those would be a great.
I know we've already seen a lot of versions, but I would rather see Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I mean, we
Just
won't get
because
the
I
whole
wanna
Green
see-
Goblin,
Yeah,
but I
like-
would want to see a deeper depth series of who Norman Osborn is too. You know?
Yeah, like you guys are saying, it would be a cool different aspect of it. I think it would be pretty awesome if they did introduce you know,
Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn for that and
Yeah.
and not only because he portrayed his, Green Goblin character so good in Spider-Man and all that, but
Shout out Willem Dafoe.
yeah,
Willem
most
Dafoe.
definitely. But all right, so we just talking in general, right? For like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the TV series
Yeah.
itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, I feel like it would be pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
think that, and not only that, would be a different.
I know Nick would want to say something about Morak. I know this was all excited last time we were talking about he wanted to see him.
Yeah,
in
he
the
wanted to
MCU.
see him, dude. Shout
So,
out to
I mean, we'll
Nick,
see.
man.
Hopefully
Too
his
bad
dream
he's
comes
not
true.
here, dude.
Yours is coming
I
true
mean,
with the
mine's
whole
coming
Gambit,
true with
kind of,
Gambit,
we'll
dude.
see.
Like I said, nah, dude. I said it doesn't matter who the fuck comes out.
As long as it
as
is.
long as it comes out. I told you that shit. Stop bringing up that bullshit. Damn.
What?
Oh,
I'm telling you, your
man.
wish is gonna come true, and yet you don't want it. All right. Go. What's the next topic, Mister?
Yeah. What's the next topic?
Nah, I just want a dog right now, really quick.
No,
He's trying to picture Channing Tatum.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
it's the muscles.
I ain't
huh?
gonna lie,
You gotta
James.
stop
I
working
think
out.
you.
I'm just fucking.
I
with
ain't
you,
gonna
dude.
lie, James. I think you're gonna go to sleep thinking about him tonight, bro. Fuck it, dude. You bringing him up too many times already. You said him how many times? 5 times tonight?
I
Maybe
don't
6
know.
or 7.
It's not
Say
that
Say his name 3 times and he'll come out, dude. He'll pop out on trip.
That's
Is
kind
that
of
what you do in the
scary,
mirror every
actually.
night?
Beetlejuice.
See, that's why he doesn't expect any of his dreams to come true because every time he's tried that, it never works.
Yeah.
He always ends up disappointed.
Always
Nah,
gets another
dude.
male dancer. And
I
everything
see.
in
It's
the
like,
channel.
no, not this.
Not
it's
you.
Tatum.
I
I
want-
don't know.
yeah,
I'm good. I just sparked my joint. Go to sleep and I'm good.
that's good.
I'm good, bro. I'm
Alright.
good.
Yeah. Smoke weed.
Every day.
Yeah.
All right, but check it. I don't know if you guys heard about this too. There's gonna be a new Batman and no,
No, I already made
let me
it.
rephrase it. It's already been made. So it's gonna be a Batman animated series that will be continued into a comic book series. If I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be a 6-part miniseries.
Yeah. It's a comic book.
So do you guys think it would be as good as the show?
I think it's the same writers, isn't it?
It's the same writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, hell yeah.
continuation. It's the
Be-
same continuation from
Because
the
if it's the
animated
same
show.
writers and artists, because they did have a comic book series called The Batman Adventures,
Yes.
and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
basically the stories that weren't told in the animated
Mhm.
series were told in the comic, but they took place in the same universe. It had this exact same animation, and Paul Dini, who's the head writer, is Paul Dini writing?
I remember seeing his name on it, but
I'll
I
look that
believe
up for
so.
you
I
guys.
think
Okay,
Paul
so
Dini
long-
is. Yeah,
okay,
Paul
but
Dini is.
Paul
he
Dini
is.
also had a big part in writing the Arkham games too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So as long as it's the same original creative team that's doing it, hell yeah, I'm excited for it. And the fact is, I still need to check that out. I haven't.
Yeah,
read
no,
them.
I know.
Really,
Yeah, no, I
really wanna
believe
see
it's the first part of it just came out. I believe Kevin Conroy, the old voice of Batman, the animated
original-
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe every time when you yesterday that it came out, he actually did an IG live reading of the comic book strip of the first one. So he said he's gonna be doing that IG live every
For every issue?
continuation. Yeah, especially
that's pretty
during this
awesome.
quarantine
Yeah, it's
season.
gonna be Paul
If
Dini.
we're not even gonna
Okay,
be able
see,
to
if
go
it's-
outside,
all right.
yeah, that would
See,
be great.
Paul Dini. So if it's Paul Dini writing it, then it's gonna be good because he created Harley Quinn.
Yes,
He even
Dark
created
Man.
Detective Renee Montoya.
Yeah.
He also did the
Yeah.
Justice League, right?
Yeah,
Then-
but
the
like he
animated
He had a
invented-
good.
yeah.
He had a good amount of. Yep.
He created a lot of characters for Batman that became
Illustration.
popular, and he was really good with just the DC animated universe in general. He was
Yeah.
such a great writer. Him and the artist Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm, yeah.
Really
He's
good
also
creative
there in
forces.
there too. Yeah.
And so I can't see it going wrong. And with Kevin Conroy reading it, Kevin Conroy doing it again.
Oh yeah, I heard
That's
about
even
that.
more
Right,
awesome.
He's reading it like I heard
Yeah.
he started doing that like every week or something. for the
I
new-
mean, every time the series comes out, I mean, the series ain't gonna come out every week, you know.
Oh well, yeah. I
issue
meant
will
like
be
every
every
issue.
issue.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Thank you for correcting
Damn,
me.
imagine Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy doing an IG live reading of it. Him being the Joker
Oh,
and
that
him
would be
being
Dude,
Batman.
awesome.
Dude,
all
that
right,
shit
but
would
see,
be
you
sick.
would know you would have to pay his ass for that shit too, though.
You would,
I
but I
mean,
think
if
Mark
you got
Hamill
music
likes
artists
playing
doing
the
it,
Joker because
he
every time he
does,
says he's
dude.
going to retire that character, he
He
comes
never
back
does.
and does
He
it
comes
again.
back. Yep.
He said it.
can't get tired of it.
Yeah.
He can't. He just knows that. I don't think it has to do anything with the publicity, but it's more for the fans. He knows that
Come
we
on, it's
love
fun.
him so much. Yeah, and I guess it's fun. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Who wouldn't
It-
have fun being the voice of the Joker?
Hell yeah.
Dude, shout out right there, bro.
Mark
Look at
Hamill.
that. I'm gonna come dressed
The
as
man.
him one day, bro, for the freaking podcast, bro. I'm gonna
Are
come
you
in
going
my-
to do it just like that, or are you going to do a different version?
No, just like that.
No, he
I'ma
loves
come in
Jared
my-
Leto, so
I'ma-
he's gonna come out with all
Man.
those little haha tattoos on
Oh,
his
you're
neck.
gonna be
and
the-
Harley
Jared
Quinn.
So you want?
dude.
What are you
Hey,
talking about?
Jared
You were
Leto's a good
saying he
actor.
liked-
Nah,
Jared Leto's a good actor.
He's
Not
a
as the Joker though.
Not as the Joker.
Not as the Joker.
So you
That's
wanna
your
be-
favorite one.
so you're
You
gonna-
said you liked them.
You're going to be the Tekashi 6ix9ine Joker.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna
You're
come with
just
my
gonna call
orange
yourself
hair.
Joker 9.
I'm gonna come with my orange hair. I'm gonna write Joker on my forehead.
Yeah.
Put
Damaged.
6ix9ine on my cheeks.
Damaged.
Damn.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna come exactly like
He's
that,
gonna
dude.
come out with grills.
I'm
and
gonna come.
shit, missing
I'm gonna
it
come.
too.
Purple suit, freaking green hair, slicked back.
Y'all heard it here on Heroes and
I'm
Villains podcast. He's
debating
gonna
if
wear
and I'm
the Joker
debating and I'm
costume.
debating if I'm aware
You're gonna have to do
clown
that laugh
paint.
though. You
Yeah,
can't
you got to
do-
wear
you're
clown
gonna-
paint.
gonna
If you're not
have
going to
to-
put
All
the
right, but
clown
what
paint
laugh
on,
do
then
you
don't
want?
even
You
be
want
the
his
Joker.
laugh or you want freaking Joaquin Phoenix?
You're gonna have to
No,
use his
you're going to
laugh.
do
If
Jared
you're- if
Leto's
you're-
laugh. You're going to do the
Eso que es.
No, you're going to do the Jared Leto laugh. You go,
That was whack, dude. He didn't even
Just
like
Get me
he
off
didn't-
of this podcast, bro.
He didn't even like. Oh, dude, Jared Leto.
Hey,
If
you
I were
have
to
to
go
do an
Jared
imitation
Leto,
too.
yeah, dude,
I can't do it.
Yeah,
I-
'cause you
I
suck.
Can
don't
you
Fuck,
imitate
know.
the Jack Nicholson one? Heath
I
Ledger?
can't.
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, I can't.
I did
Nah, it's
Joaquin
alright.
Phoenix. Come on, bro.
I can't do it.
We're putting him
I
on the
don't
spot.
know.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
We're putting him on the
No, no,
spot.
no, no, no. I want to put
I'm
him
trying
on
to
the spot.
remember what kind of laughs.
Come on with your EDC ass. Come on.
Okay, let me remember.
You should be hyped and pumped and ready for this.
No. Like I said, I'm trying to
Would you
remember.
ever go to a rave dressed as the Joker?
He would.
No.
Yeah, you would. Don't lie.
I think
Cut
I
off
did it
sleeves.
once.
I think I did it once,
actually.
Oh my God.
I wasn't
gonna be
fucking walking
fun.
around going, there it
Oh,
goes.
Oh, good. We got
There
to
it
do
goes. Dude, you guys
Alright.
got some shit. You
Alright.
guys happy?
We got it out of you.
At least we got it out of you. dude.
Yeah.
At least we got it out of him. But
Oh,
now,
God, this is hot. Fuck this.
what do you
Okay.
think about that though, Josh? Do you think the animated series will come out? Well, the comic book will come out as good as the animated series.
Yeah, and of course. It's like you said, especially if the writers are on it. I mean, we love the animated
Yeah, the
series
original writers
growing up.
themselves.
So seeing a
just-
continuation, even though if it's not an animated series, but it's overall comic, it's still going to
You know,
be good enough.
I was excited when I first read the headlines about this because I thought they were reviving the animated series itself.
That's what
first.
I
thought
thought
that
at the
too,
beginning.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright,
thought that in the
This
beginning
is
too.
cool right there, but that would have made me shit my pants. I would have been like,
Dude, if it
oh,
would have been continuation, I just think it had to do with money, maybe just a little bit. Or do you think the writers
No,
themselves
I just think
said,
they
you know
just
what,
let's
let's do
just do a
something
comic
different.
book or just
Yeah.
do something
Yeah.
fun.
Something different.
Something for the fans.
Yeah,
Something for the
especially-
fans, and who knows? Maybe they're thinking long term. They're probably thinking, you know what? Let's write a comic book. Shit, for all we know, it might be.
And
used in the
honestly, this is the
future
best time to
as-
get it out to everybody. Especially,
Yeah.
especially with the
Yeah,
media
but then,
and
like I
everything
said
online.
though, I
But here's
brought it
another
up
thing:
last week, too.
aren't a lot of comic distributors having a lot of problems right
Yeah,
now?
see,
because
I
of
brought
the
which I
that
think
up.
is a smart way that Kevin Conroy is he's the one reading it because we at least get
But
it
see,
in a
this
way
thing-
instead of it getting distributed to us and us going out.
Yeah, the
and
comic
buying
book
it.
industry is
If he
taking a
has,
hit
if
right
he
now.
has a
That's what
live
I'm
read,
saying. This
I
won't
think that's a
happen
great
in-
way to keep this whole thing alive.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that because, like you were saying, James, we brought this up actually last week. These comic book or 2 weeks ago. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. The comic
The
comic
industry is going
industry
down.
is going down right now. And as a matter of fact, the main publishers that
Every
are-
industry is going down, so naturally, I was going to end up being one
naturally,
of them.
but
Yeah.
when it comes to cinema, the comic books get hit the most.
Yeah,
Because
Paper.
they go based
Totally.
off of that. Not only because it's paper and all that, but just because cinemas go based off of comics. And then when it comes to actors trying to portray a certain role, where do they go? They go to the comics and they try to go to the story.
I don't know about that. Some of these movies make me question if the people have ever.
That's
Yes,
true. Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that's
yes.
true. I
Actually,
do
yeah.
agree with you on that. But
Most of the
that
time.
does, yeah, most of the time. But
Okay.
that does go with the fact with the distributors right now, comic book distributors. I brought it up like I was saying last week or 2 weeks ago. They're not freaking they canceled all the freaking distribution for the rest of the year or until
Because it's not considered an essential.
Yeah.
An
yeah,
essential
not
biz-
yeah, not
service.
because not that it's necessarily considered essential, but just because people aren't buying that right now.
I know, but
people are
especially
buying
right
more.
now. But especially right now.
But see, that's not the reason why they stopped distributing, though. It wasn't because of the fact.
no.
That. It was just
The
fact of
coronavirus
what's
has
going
had an
on.
effect on some distributors too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They-
but
they
this is
have shut
overall
down.
though. Overall,
Yeah,
this did
overall it's
have the
going
effect
down.
of
The movies,
everything.
all right, let's be honest, like movies and television series is what keeps the comic book industry
Yeah.
alive at this point
Yes.
because they need to keep the source material going. And collectors, hardcore collectors.
Yeah, very true. Especially because if you're doing the whole cinematic, we already have so much comic books, and we already
Yeah.
have so much history of it. They
Okay.
have so much to already grab from upon instead of them coming up
Alright,
with new series.
when
maybe.
you guys were kids, do you remember? I mean, I used to be able to go into a 7-Eleven as a kid, and they had comic
Yeah, they
books
did.
where the magazines were. I used to get Spider-Man from
I used to,
7-Eleven.
yes, too. Me too.
That's not something that you see anymore.
Nope. Now you
No,
got
no. And
now you
in
got
and all,
weed
even in regular
magazines
grocery
and
stores, you would see them with next to
Oh
all the
yeah,
magazines.
I do
Yeah.
remember that. I do remember that. All right, so that's all you guys got to say about the
The animated series
animated
continuing.
series,
Yeah,
comics,
continuing
I'm
yeah.
excited
and all
about
that
it.
stuff. Well, other than that, yeah, I'm excited for sure. I'm excited to see what's to
hopefully, yeah.
come.
Hopefully
And
this does good enough that they continue doing it. I mean, like I said, like you said, we're only getting a 6-part
The only
series so
reason
far.
I
if
don't
it
think they're
does.
going to do that is because the Paul Dini and Bruce Timm are so busy with they still
They're still
work
doing
on animation
they're
and they
still
still
doing
work on
animated
video
shows.
games that this seems just like one of many projects that they're going to be doing. I
Yeah,
don't see
they just
them
have that free
continue.
time
Yeah.
right now.
we'll see what happens. I
Yeah.
haven't actually been off the comic book game for a little bit, but
Gotta
if it
get
comes
back
down
on
to
it.
that, I'm gonna get back on that just because it is, to be honest with you. But moving on to the next topic, what do you guys think about the Gotham High comics? Continuing with I guess Batman.
No.
Nothing too
Okay.
much.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
So
Nope.
so
Nope.
all right. Let me get this straight. So this takes place while Bruce Wayne is in high school. It's what town is it based off? It's based off of somewhere in California.
Apparently, it's based off of Arcadia High.
Okay.
Batman is an
Okay.
Asian American.
Okay, there's never been a scenario where Gotham City was like Arcadia, California. That sounds fucking stupid.
No, it's saying it starts in
It starts-
Arcadia, California.
starts in
and then
Arcadia,
and then
California?
his mom dies, and then
Moves
the
to
money
Gotham?
is in Wayne's Manors, which is Gotham. So he goes back to Gotham with what's his name again? Alfred.
Alfred.
Which apparently in this comics he's gonna be
He's
homosexual.
gonna be homosexual. He's gonna be gay. Yeah.
So I don't know how
Batman's
this is just a
Asian
different take on
American.
everything.
He's gay. They're from California.
and then they
it's
go
in high
back to
school.
Gotham.
It's supposed to
Alright,
be.
okay.
It's supposed to be
Alright.
in today's
Okay, but all right.
modern time.
Give
That just
me
goes to
the-
show
okay.
how fucked up our world is.
Okay,
That's a
but-
high school. I don't
Well, why
wanna
would you
wa-
say that though? Why
I
is
don't
it
want to
fucked
see
up?
that. I don't like
That's a
that. I
fucked
don't.
up
I
thing
don't
to
like
say.
that whole
Yeah.
thing.
What's
I don't
wrong? What do you
know.
mean? Why is it
What's
fucked
wrong
up,
with you?
dude?
No, I'm just kidding. What I was gonna say is the problem is like
Kids are so
they said
sensitive
that
now.
no,
It's like
they
fuck.
said it was gonna
You're
be
sensitive.
No, you're sensitive. Look at how fucking I'm the one talking shit and you're the one getting hurt.
all right. So
Yeah.
You're
this is
sensitive about what we're talking about right now. That's what you're
all right,
judging.
all right. Stop fighting for 1 second.
And
One
I'm gonna
second.
smack
You
him
can
after
get you
this
can
shit.
get
It's
back
all
to it
good.
after. So this is supposed to be like a Riverdale type of thing. and it's
Riverdale
supposed to be in
slash
Makes sense.
skins.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine if you want to do a Riverdale style comic. If you want to do it about modern teen
But
life,
make
if you-
it Riverdale.
But it's not Batman.
yeah.
I have no problem with them. You can do an Asian American in California with the gay butler. You could do all of it. That sounds fine, but that's not what the Batman series is about. And then if you get, why does that even have to be Batman? Why can't that it just be its own thing? Because
own
the whole thing
yeah.
about Batman is he left
That's
Gotham
true.
City
Yeah.
when he was a young kid and he spent his time training to be Batman while he was away. Now he went to high school and had like a quirky social life, and that just
And
sounds
then
like it doesn't.
Joker likes Lena.
Okay,
and
Joker
it's
is supposed to be a misunderstood
sweet teenager.
sweet teenager in this who has a crush on Selena Kyle. I'm like, dude, that's not the fucking Joker.
So
If
it's
you
a
want to
love
do
triangle.
that, there's a love triangle going on, kind of like the Archie comics. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all of this is fine. Just take Batman
Batman
off of
away.
it because this has nothing to do with Batman, and it doesn't even make sense in the context of Batman that in between his training to be Batman, he was living some quirky social life as a high school teenager. With
And
none
then
of
he
it sounds
became
real.
Batman. Like
Then
how is what he's going through in the comics of what's it called? Freaking Gotham High. You know what I'm saying? How is his aspect
It has nothing to
transform into Batman?
has
You know what
nothing
I'm
to
saying?
do
How
with-
does that transform
it has
into
nothing
Batman?
to do with Batman at all. So I was like, this is just, I think the comic book industry, like we were talking about earlier, they're having trouble, they're struggling, and this might be an attempt
Well,
to try.
DC in general, or
This
overall
might
comics
be
in
DC
general.
more than Marvel, just because
this
of
might be
cinema-wise.
this might be just like a ploy to try to get people to get interested in comic books or a different generation.
or a different generation.
But
yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it
Fucking
working.
gosh.
Just do a Riverdale comic. Do a comic about a high school, and it's fine. It's just it's not Batman.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're trying to make a comic series out of that, it's gonna flop. and we're not trying to flop in the comic. We're trying to go up, not down.
Well, see, yeah, I guess,
right, what-
I guess I kind of
But that's
understand
just-
why they're
that's
doing
not
that.
my,
Like,
that's
what are you
not
gonna
my
think?
cup of tea. So I'm.
But what are you
probably
gonna
not
think?
read
What
it. I rather.
what
read the
happens if this
animated
becomes
Batman.
a big hit?
Then I'm
Then
switching to
they
Marvel.
would-
And
no,
then
not necessarily. No, because then Marvel
No
would
more-
do some shit
no
like
more
that.
Batman.
Marvel would do,
Because then
definitely-
Marvel would do
all
some
right,
shit
all right.
like that.
Let's be honest. I really love the Spider-Man movies, like Far From Home,
Oh, that's the
but
best one, yeah.
and Homecoming.
Homecoming.
But they do inject a lot of like Archie comic style,
Oh yeah, no,
quirky
it's
teen
cheesy.
dramas
Yes, I mean,
aspects
but that's
into it.
just Marvel
But you
overall.
know-
Marvel's
yeah.
always been cheesy since the
So
beginning.
that doesn't mean
So you're already growing with the
Yeah.
whole cheesiness of it.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Gotham High became a success, which it's probably not. But if it did, then Marvel would try to inject more of that. So
Well, they're already injecting everything.
So
Yeah.
all right, let me go.
Into
Let me
this,
go ahead and
everything.
move on. Transfer this next topic then. From DC to Marvel. How do you guys think the Young Avengers will be introduced in Ant-Man 3? Well,
The talks of
This
it,
is the talks of
yeah.
it so far.
Well,
that's what
apparently, I
should say.
mean, Ant-Man's daughter, when they blip, when he comes back, she's already older. She's already a teenager. So apparently, they're trying
What do
to
you mean
base-
when they blip back?
Because
you know how it was gone for
how in
5
Endgame they
years?
disappeared for 5 years.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
She was older
so,
already.
Yeah, so she
that's
stayed.
right, that's
he
right,
he
that's
got
right.
stuck in the quantum realm. So after
When he came
out-
back for the
yeah,
Endgame,
so he saw
she
her
was
old,
older.
you know,
yeah,
yeah,
she was
so,
older.
I
Just to
feel like-
continue off of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way they're gonna introduce the Young Avengers. I believe she's gonna take over his position. Like
call
I
it the
said.
snap.
Call it, yeah,
People are
we'll
gonna
call
get
it the
that
snap.
better.
I was just watching Spider-Man yesterday.
No, but it is-
and
it is
they
the
called it
blip.
the blip.
It
so
is the
I
blip.
just
That's the
consider it. I
proper
called it
word.
the blip.
I
That is
still
the
feel
proper
like that'll
term,
be
but the
more
snap
to
would be
do with
better.
Ant-Man though. I don't think they'll introduce it that soon.
Well, I mean, Ant-Man still has a while to come out. I mean, when I don't.
Yeah,
really
he
know-
still
It
has
doesn't
another
have an actual
release.
release.
Not an
date,
actual, but he
it's on
has
the
another
works.
movie.
Yeah,
And then the
he's in
same
talks.
portrayal for the Wasp. She's supposed to come out,
Oh yeah,
if I'm
no,
not
of
mistaken,
course.
too. So I
We'll
don't
see how
know,
it turns
dude. I
out.
really don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean,
But do you
who
guys
are
think the
I
young
mean,
Avengers will be introduced in
They
the-
will.
in the
I
movie, though?
mean, we already kind of have a couple of the people that are going to be in the Young Avengers.
Yeah,
we
know
already
Haw-
know Tom
we know
Holland
Hawkeye's training
with his
Kate
daughter.
Bishop right now. No, it's
Yeah.
Kate
Oh,
Bishop.
no,
It's
Kate
not his
Bishop,
daughter.
yeah,
Yeah, it's Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have what? Kate Bishop. We're gonna have Ant-Man's daughter. We have Tom Holland being Spider-Man. We're gonna have Shuri, which is T'Challa's younger brother. I know they're introducing Nova. That's gonna be a Disney series.
Oh,
I don't
I
know
did
when
hear
that's
about
coming,
that,
but I
yeah.
know he's gonna be part of the Young
That's for
Avengers.
another day. We'll bring that up.
So those are already some that we already have. I don't. Hopefully, Ant-Man is a great way to introduce them. I don't know what the hell they're doing with them.
I
It's everything's
Can I be
unexpected.
honest with
you? Know?
you? I really
Go for
didn't like the first Ant-Man movie. I know this is way off topic, but I
It
thought
had its
that
funny
shit-
moments.
I
but I
think
wouldn't
they
call
thought
it
it
one of
was
the
yeah,
greatest
I think they
movies.
went more with the comedy aspect of it than trying
and
to.
it was cheesy.
Than
I
to
really
yeah,
didn't
that's
like
why
that.
I think that's why it was cheesy
was
because they
probably
went
one
more
of
with
the-
comedy than
the-
with
The second one was better.
the
though.
second one
The
was
second
better.
one was better, but
Yeah.
that has to be one of the worst out of the Marvel movies to come out as the first Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't
The
even
only
think they
thing I
showed
liked about
Ant-Man
it
enough
is
either.
when he went into when it became kind of psychedelic and when he went so small
Into the
like-
quantum realm.
Yeah,
he
into
got
the
sucked
quantum
into
realm.
everything.
Okay, those
Yeah.
right there, those are some great visuals. And if you
Very
were on
great
acid,
visuals.
you could put no trip. If you're ever tripping, you could watch that scene on a loop and it'll entertain you a lot. But other than that,
I feel like I would do that shit with Doctor Strange when that fucking scene where he's just going through all the fucking.
That would be
verses
the
and
whole
shit.
movie, though.
Yeah, that is very true. I know
You
what
watch
I'm
the
doing
whole
after
movie on
this.
acid.
Oh, dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy too. Think
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
that one would be
Talking
good.
That
animals.
one was
Groot.
awesome, man. I always gotta go back to those.
I did
volume
all three of
tracks,
those
though,
movies
dude.
super
I think we
stoned
should
and they were
have
just fucking
a
hilarious.
podcast as the best superhero stuff to watch when you're either stoned or tripping.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
You know what? When I get home,
Stay
tonight,
tuned for the next
just
episode
get
Yeah,
it.
of
that's
Heroes
a
and
good idea.
Villains.
I think it's my best.
That should be
Damn.
fucking actually dope.
I'm gonna
Yes.
try that tonight, James. Don't even trip.
Yeah. Let me know how that goes.
All right, so I want to go ahead and move
He's
on
not
to.
gonna come
He's
next
gonna
week.
he's gonna end up naked in an alley next week. Can't find him.
All right, check it. We had 2 more topics left, but
Calling
I want to
himself
give you
Channing
guys the
Tatum.
option to choose the one you guys want.
All
All
right.
All right. Let's
And
hear
then
it.
we'll save the next one for the next
All right.
segment.
What are
Alrighty.
they?
So for the first one, how do you guys think? All right, so from the talks of it, John Cena might be portraying the hero of Exo
Manowar.
Exo
Mhm.
Manowar, right? So if he were to portray it, how do you guys think John Cena would do as the superhero? And the other option is, do you guys think Maestro Hulk will be introduced to the MCU? Whichever topic you guys feel.
I'll let
So
you
for
pick.
grabs.
What?
I'll let you pick.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper,
No, you
shit.
pick.
Nah,
No,
rock, paper,
honestly,
shit.
I don't know much about Exo Manowar, so I kind of want to read up on him. So maybe we could skip to that one and we could go
Alright.
to Maestro Hulk just
Alright.
because we already
Alright.
have more of it. I don't.
Sounds good. That's cool. I mean, we'll save the Exo Mono War for the next segment then. So, what do you guys think about the new Hulk? Do you guys really think there will be a new persona, a Maestro Hulk?
If it is, I don't think it's going to be in a Hulk movie though. Because
Okay.
the rights are so tangled up with Universal because they still get to use them in the movies, and Ragnarok was kind of an excuse to make a half Hulk movie in a way.
Very true. Yeah.
Anytime you want to get deep into the Hulk's mythology, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to find a trick around it and find another superhero's film as an excuse to get it out. That's the only
Mhm.
problem with it. If the Hulk were allowed to have his own series and his own movies, I think we would definitely see something like that. But as Mark Ruffalo said, apparently Universal doesn't want to make money.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I
he said
remember
that,
that
yeah.
quote for quote. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
They
was
do not
talking
want to
his
make
shit.
money, dude. And he's
They
calling
don't,
them out basically with
Yeah.
that.
But
with
then
that.
again, I
'Cause
know
he
they don't
wants
have
to
full
do it.
rights.
He wants
Fox, I
to
know
do
Fox
it.
still has some sort of
And
rights
not
to
only
him, so I
that,
know that's kind of like
Universal
stopping him.
and
Universal.
Disney.
No,
kinda-
Universal and Disney.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bad,
Universal's.
Yeah,
I know they're
and it's
having-
because
Entangled.
everybody knows the previous Hulks, they weren't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Mark Ruffalo knows if he were to have his own solo film, I think it could be a little better. But then, see, I think if he had his own solo film, I feel like that would be a perfect way to introduce the Red Hulk, even maybe.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it'll be someone he might go up against, or you know how we know the general was always against him, even from the get-go and all that stuff. You know what I'm
I
saying?
I mean,
Thunderbolt
maybe at
Ross?
some
Yeah,
point,
Thunderbolt
at
Ross,
some
dude.
point, Universal will cave in, maybe because I mean, I know you'd split the money with Disney, but I mean, you're not going to be spending the whole
Yeah.
budget, so it's not like
Yeah.
you're
They should
gonna lose,
already
like-
see how much.
But
Sony's
see,
Yeah,
gonna be
you
making
think
with
they would make
Spider-Man.
a profit.
see,
Yeah.
I think the way Universal's thinking of it, we know how Disney works, and Disney's gonna be the main name over the movie. And I think since Universal is all about cinema too, and the way they're
Universal's a
freaking
huge company, a huge
Yeah, they are,
company
but
too. But
when it comes to ego, that's
that's
ego.
the problem. They
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
ego. It's
Universal
ego.
is such a big studio that there's like, no, we're
They
not
don't
going to
wanna-
give Disney.
Or
top
we're not
billing,
gonna
yeah.
give, yeah, exactly.
They
We're
don't want to
not,
downgrade
we're not.
themselves
If,
to
if we're gonna
something.
do something,
They're not a second.
co-sign, yeah, they're not a second name.
They're not a second name
They're
studio.
not a second name studio. If
They're
if
the
they're
first
gonna,
name.
Yeah, if
People
they're
come
gonna-
to them
Yeah.
to co-sign.
If
their
they're gonna
projects.
collab with Disney, their name better come first before Pixar and all that shit. You know, that's what
Pixar.
but we know Pixar has to do with Disney and shit. But I was just saying an
Yeah.
example. You know, a name that's gonna
So
come
do you
out
think
before the
Pixar?
movie.
Wait. So do you think what you're saying is you think Pixar is going to animate all the Hulk scenes?
Nah,
If they
hell
do-
nah, dude.
Just
Definitely
kidding.
not. But freaking, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to names first, we all know that Universal, they want their freaking
They want their
name
name on
put
it.
out there and shit. You know what I'm
Universal,
saying?
Disney,
You
and
get a mashup
Pixar
of
present
the
the
Disney
Incredible
sign and the
Hulk.
Universal. That would be
Dude, if it were Pixar, that would be some shit. It wouldn't be the thing we wanted, but that would be some shit, dude.
Yeah, but
Who
no,
knows?
I wouldn't see a Maestro Hulk coming in anytime soon. I mean, I think the only reason why is because they already brought in Professor Hulk into the situation. You
Mhm.
know, I mean,
They did,
Maestro
but-
Hulk is another persona that Hulk has. It's a more futuristic one, but he is more villainous.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that I wouldn't see him being introduced into it. I believe he could probably change
You
into
could
Maestro.
convert.
If you do,
Yeah,
if
you
it
can
convert, especially like you guys said, if they bring in either what's it, Abomination, I think that's one of
Yeah,
the
I
Hulks,
think
right?
so.
Him or the Red Hulk, either one that enters him, I believe.
They also had the totally awesome Hulk, but that's a whole different
But
character.
that's just a whole
too.
different character. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah, it's a
we
whole
already
different
heard
character.
Thunderbolt Ross might make the Red Hulk appearance in
Yeah.
She-Hulk. I don't.
See, that's what I'm saying. It would be
Mark
cool
Ruffalo
if
still
they
has
had
that
a
little
Mark
cameo.
Ruffalo, like some sort of series or something.
They
It would be
have to.
awesome,
Honestly,
dude.
he does
They
kind
have
of
to.
deserve
They
it. But
have
then
to.
again, do you really see him as a solo movie? I believe it would really work if it was the whole aspect
Maybe
of him becoming Professor Hulk. It's still the fight between Bruce Banner and the Hulk trying to become one.
the only thing is they already
the only
showed that in
yeah,
Endgame though.
But
They
I mean,
collided as one.
the only thing is
already.
that they didn't really show how
they
they
didn't
became
show,
one.
yeah.
They did.
So it'll be
they
a cool
did
little
do-
backstory.
No, they did do the deleted scenes where it shows how basically Hulk and Bruce Banner come into an agreement. I kind of didn't really like that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't
They
want-
could still do something
yeah.
with it. Yeah, they could still do
Especially
something with it.
like James said, Ragnarok was basically like a half planet Hulk kind of stuff like that. If they
Yeah.
would have not done that and they would have done a planet Hulk by itself, and you just had Mark Ruffalo fighting Hulk. I mean, you know, Hulk doesn't really trust Bruce Banner because he only feels like he's only being used when he's needed.
Yeah.
So he's just feeling used.
And
That's
not
the,
only that,
re-
he
that's
thinks
the
he's
reason why they were.
weak-minded, too. He
Yeah,
thinks he's
that's the
weak-minded.
reason why they were fighting in Infinity War, and Hulk never wanted to come out. You know, he got his ass beat by Thanos, and
Yeah.
you know.
Now he basically told Ruffalo, you know what, I
and
ain't gonna get my ass kicked
yeah,
just
and
to
you
be
know, and then
used,
Ruffalo
bitch.
says it in the movie. It's like, when do I get to do my own thing? And then it's like, never. So it's just,
Yeah.
Well,
it's just saying
that's
yeah.
what the ironic thing about it was, because he always said you can never do your own
Yeah.
thing, and basically in that movie he was doing his own thing.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
but
bro,
yeah,
this is
Hulk
what
was
you're
just
doing
like-
without. This is who you are without the Hulk, basically.
Yeah.
You know, you can try as much to try to bring me out, but you don't control me, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like if they
I'm
would have
try-
bred in Professor Hulk, that would have been
I
the
think it
best
was
way.
more of a check to Mark Ruffalo. Like,
Mhm.
hey, you know what, Bruce?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't shit without me. If you think about it, you might be all smart
Yeah,
and
I'm more brains, but I'm the muscle.
But yeah, dude, I'm the muscle when it comes down to it. When the team really needs me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't know. Yeah, Maestro would be a cool, different persona for the Hulk, but I'm still not expecting it just yet.
I don't expect it.
I'm not
anytime
expecting
soon.
it just yet, but I think
And
it's
in
something cool
general,
to look forward to.
because of how this is going to play out over years, we're not going to see a lot of stuff that you want to see right away. It's going to
Yeah.
be a very slow process, because as it
Yeah.
was a very slow process to get it through. But that's also why Marvel's been more successful than DC,
Yes.
is because they've taken their time. They haven't rushed it, even though they
Patience.
know
They have the
They
They
patience.
haven't
could
rushed
ju-
it, but
they
they
know-
took risks though.
they know that they could jump ahead to something bigger to try to make more money, but
Yeah.
they don't do it. They take their time building up
Yeah.
small things before
And it's
putting
always the
them
little
together.
Easter eggs that add on to give you.
Yeah,
that
the
little
Easter
bit like,
eggs are
oh,
always
okay.
the looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? Something to look forward to and get excited about. But
It's almost like a
yeah.
TV series now.
yeah,
The
man.
Marvel universe, the way it runs, because they're getting to the point where you
Well,
can't
damn.
just watch any of the movies randomly and expect you
You
might be
gotta
able to.
keep track
I
with
mean,
everything. Yeah, you gotta
yeah,
keep track with
yeah,
everything.
You might be able to watch like a one-off spin-off and get maybe 70% of it and enough to understand the movie. But if you want to really get every little thing, you have to watch a bunch of movies
Yeah.
before it.
I agree with you,
Yeah,
James.
And you have to watch it like
It's
more
becoming
than
a-
twice so you can.
Yeah, so that's
Mm.
cool. So, like I said, all right, we'll see. Anything could happen. You
Mhm.
know, I want the Hulk to have his own solo series.
That would be
but
great.
anything could
Especially
happen.
it does work out, you know, Mark Ruffalo, even though he is already a little bit in the older generation, like he does change
Yeah.
into the Hulk. So it does really help him out because you take away Mark Ruffalo from the movie and you bring in Hulk. So it always ends up working out, which
Yeah.
is why Thunderbolt Ross is going to work out as the Red Hulk. You're not going to see Thunderbolt Ross be
Mhm.
Red
Yeah.
Hulk. You know, it's going to be bringing in a different person, and yeah, it'll be good.
All
though.
right,
Man.
all right, guys. So that's all we have for tonight. I'm feeling good about tonight's topics. How do you guys feel? Feeling
Good.
good?
I like
Good,
seeing you
man.
guys get
All right.
get worked up and going at each
Yeah,
other.
man.
Yeah.
That's still a
It's a
little
highlight.
warm up. There's still more to come.
It's
We'll
a
have more
highlight for me.
debates. We'll definitely have more debates.
Yeah,
But
like
other
I
than
said,
that,
behind
you
the
know,
scenes, y'all
I'm
get
feeling good
that.
about tonight's episode. Is
Yeah,
episode
no, of
7, the
course.
Heroes and Mutants podcast.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
no.
Ruben. I'm here with Josh and James, my
Yeah,
co-host.
thank you guys for watching. Again, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. We're
Let 'em
giving
know,
you guys
Josh,
the
let 'em
best
know.
content. You know, both heroes. We got sports, we got hip hop, audio extracts.
Yeah.
Listen to us.
Brought to
follow
you
us.
by Higher Passion
Yeah, Higher
Entertainment.
Passion Entertainment, bringing you the best of the best. Stay safe, stay clean. You know, we're gonna fight this together. We're gonna get through this.
Just keep on pushing.
Soon
through,
enough,
y'all.
we'll all
Just
be
keep on
outside
pushing
enjoying
through.
the fresh
Yeah.
air. You know, but for
Mhm.
now,
Most
we're
definitely.
here trying to bring
Stay
you guys
safe
the
as
best.
possible. We're
Yeah,
doing our best,
brings-
so you
All
can
right,
do it
yeah.
too.
So this is the Heroes and Mutants podcast. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, thank you guys.